dear Web3 enthusiasts. Welcome to the new exciting episode of Synopsis Talks. Today I'm hosting this one with Christopher Duggan, Senior Marketing Manager at ChainGPT. Hi, Chris. How are you today?
Hey, I'm really well. Thanks for having me. Really excited to chat today about ChainGPT and really appreciate being brought onto your show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, always a pleasure. And it's cool to have a discussion about one of the biggest trends of the recent, not even year, but even more. So today's discussion will be a lot about AI, AI-powered products, and Chris is the very right person to discuss these things with. So to warm up in the beginning, since it's your first time here at Synopsis, could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us the story of how you got in the Web3 space?
Sure. Well, I got invested in crypto probably about 2017, 2018. So I've been in it for a while now, like longer than it feels like. So I found out about Chainlink on, I think it was 4chan or something like that. And I didn't have a lot of money at the time, and I sort of saw crypto as a way to make a lot of money, as I think a lot of us did back in the day. I think a lot of us thought if we, put a few $100s into Ethereum or Chainlink or something like that, we'd be millionaires within a couple of years. It didn't happen. It didn't happen that way. So I still have a career and job. I'm not a retired crypto multimillionaire. But during that time, I sort of realized that the best part of crypto isn't, making money. Okay, that's maybe the best part. The second best part is the technology and the stuff that we can build and all of the amazing promise of decentralized future and blockchain. And sort of this became my passion. And my career skill has mostly been in copywriting, editing. I studied English literature at the University of California, so I'm a person that loves to read and write, and this sort of lent itself to my career where I was basically a marketer. So I worked in marketing as a copywriter and editor, and I started out in crypto just writing for small blogs. Eventually, I founded a startup in the metaverse with my friends. So basically, if you guys remember, like 5 years ago, the metaverse was like really popular, especially like during the pandemic. Everyone thought we were going to live as like virtual avatars. It didn't really happen, and the metaverse hype kind of died down. But at the time, we were working in Decentraland, which is basically like a metaverse built on Ethereum. And we started an events company, so we would host like DJ nights, stand-up comedy shows. We would create like merch, NFT shoes you could wear, and that was really cool. So fast forwarding through the story, I ended up working at a couple other startups in the Binance incubation labs, and from there I actually went to work at Binance. So I was the content manager at BNB Chain, and that was an awesome experience working at Binance. Got to meet so many different projects and work on like really cool stuff. Like I did some work on a Cristiano Ronaldo campaign. A lot of people know Ronaldo does a NFT campaign with Binance, so I got to work on a little BNB campaign related to that. And then during the time is when I was learning about AI, and we were all excited about it. And yeah, so we had an opportunity to meet them. And then once I had left B&B, it made total sense for me to write to Elon, our founder, and say, hey, I want to be part of ChainGPT. So they brought me on as a marketing manager, and ever since we've been doing some great work around this company. So I'm excited to talk about it more today.
Wow, awesome. So it all was originated from the curiosity and the investment.
Yeah.
Also, your current position, combining the factors of what you are really passionate about, also even love towards reading, can lead to the directions you could maybe not even think about before. So thanks for sharing. That's always interesting to know the path of our guests. And now let's get closer to actually discussing the chain GPT and related things. And let's start with clarifying some differences with other projects. So could you please tell us how are the vision and values of ChainGPT different from other AI-powered blockchain projects?
Cool. So I'll just share my screen because I think this is really useful as far as talking about our company and basically help you understand. I think we have the coolest website in the whole industry. That's my personal opinion. And you can see as you scroll through, it's like super interactive. So I wanted to bring this up as a way to help sort of explain everything about ChainGPT. So first things first is that ChainGPT is a Web3 AI protocol. We have tons of different tools for everyone, whether you're a trader, a creator, a developer. literally every single tool that you could want is here within ChainGPT. So let me talk about a few of our tools here. We have a chatbot. So it's an LLM that's specifically trained on crypto and Web3. So basically, you can ask it any question about crypto. It has access to live blockchain data. It can analyze wallets and help you with a ton of technical questions related to Web3. And it's all up to date, which I think is good to know. We have AI News. So you can basically find out anything you want to know about what's happening in Web3 because our AI news agents are constantly scraping all the news source feeds and then putting them onto our website for you to check out. So you can check out on our website how to get to that. For developers, people that like to develop smart contracts, people that need to audit smart contracts for security purposes, we have an amazing tool, Solidity, that's been trained just for this purpose, right? So you can basically copy paste any code you want and it will help you fix it, identify flaws in it, and so on. So that's a really cool tool. For example, we also have our AI NFT generator. So if you're someone that likes to mint NFTs, create crazy stuff with AI, that's something that I love to do. This is the perfect tool. So you can basically check it out and see everything as far as like, I'll bring up this the NFT generator right now for people to check out. And this is kind of how it works here. So once you've connected your wallet, you can go ahead and create a ton of stuff and then mint on like basically any blockchain you can think of, whether it's like BNB chain, Ethereum, Solana, Arbitrum, almost every blockchain possible, you can mint on with our tool. So that is a couple cool things, and I'll just quickly share a couple others. We're developing a layer one blockchain called AIVM. Basically, we want to create a decentralized AI execution model where people can buy and sell GPU resources and also launch AI agents. So stay tuned because we're coming out with the testnet in the next couple months. And then lastly, we have an AI trading assistant that can help you with your crypto trading, give you some insights on signals in the market and things like that. And then, of course, API and SDK for all of our developers and a couple of launch pads. So as you can tell, there is a ton of stuff at ChainGPT to talk about. So it's kind of hard to fit everything in to one answer, but hopefully that gives you a good starting overview of what we do.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. A great introduction, and you managed to drop some teasers even. So guys, staying tuned and waiting for what's coming more. And also, Chris, you managed to at least not answer, but to touch several questions I have prepared. So let's go still through them and discuss in more detail. So the next question would be. Could you please tell us how ChainGPT AI models are trained for blockchain-specific tasks?
Mhm. Yeah, good question. So what we do is we fine tune our data sets based on models related to Solidity. So I can tell you that the model for Solidity LLM has been trained on, many, many thousands of GitHub repos to understand Solidity extremely well. Obviously, this is the main programming language that smart contracts are written into. It has analyzed audit reports, DeFi protocols, tokenomic structures, DAO proposals, and on-chain data. But we don't just scrape GitHub. We source data from smart contracts, transaction logs, and cross-chain architecture patterns. So basically, all of this adds up to our models learning how Web3 works by looking at it from every angle, like the technical, financial, and behavioral. So those are some of the ways that we train the models.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying. And one more thing, going a little bit deeper into the tech side. So, how does ChainGPT make computations decentralized? Is this process separate from the work performed by validators who run the blockchain network?
Yep. So this is a good opportunity to talk about how AIVM is going to work. So basically, AIVM is going to be our AI infrastructure, and it's going to be able to, as you say, sort of decentralize all of these transactions, whether they're AI agents or GPU resources, training, um, further LLMs for other use cases. People can allocate resources towards that. So the AIVM is going to contribute to running those AI jobs and there's going to be different layers and different purposes. Together, they are going to come together to create a truly decentralized AI ecosystem, and that's the plan for all of our tools to run off of AIVM once it's released.
Awesome. And for AIVM, how is the preparation going in general? Should we anticipate its release this year or next year?
Yeah, yep. So the testnet is coming in the near future. So it's coming this year. I can tell you that Let's see if I can bring up the AIVM blog right now just to talk about the white paper. So we released the white paper in the recent months, and here you can learn about everything that we're doing, right? So I mentioned the GPU marketplace, um, the data sets that we're going to be rewarding owners with when they sort of, work with this dual path execution. A bunch of tech stuff here. I'm not a tech guy, so I'm just gonna, share what I know, the modular architecture that we're building, the compute model, the data module. You can read about this if you just search ChainGPT AIVM white paper. You can read this blog that we wrote, and then you can also check out AI agents. I mentioned the audits and also the decentralized GPU cloud marketplace. I think is going to be huge. So I actually just met with the developers 2 days ago based on some marketing stuff that we're doing, and we presented to them some of our ideas. So we're going to have an educational plan for AIVM coming up in the near future, and then we're also going to have a real. I can't reveal what it is yet, but we're going to have a really fun gamified experience for you guys to start experiencing AIVM. So you can read more about the roadmap here on the website. And yeah, that's the latest on AIVM, and we expect the testnet to be this year, late this year.
Awesome. And yeah, referring to the website is actually a good idea before the recording because I really enjoyed scrolling during the preparations for today's talk. And besides being like such a fascinating design, the website is also extremely informative.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, great source of info. And one who's interested, feel free to reach there. If you will, guys, have any questions left after today's discussion, besides trying to find something by yourself on the website, you can also drop it in the comment section. In the next episodes, I do hope to see Chris again. We will discuss it. And now, getting back to uh, ChainGPT. So the next question, hopefully you can speak about it. So will be about the tiers of the AI trading assistant prediction model. So will you use one-time payment or a subscription model for this?
Yep. So you can find out about payments on our website. So basically, you can trade CGPT tokens for points on our site, which allows you to have access to the AI trading assistant, smart contract generator. But one really cool thing I want people to know is that when I started at ChainGPT a year and a half ago, a lot of these tools were pay gated, so you had to pay for them. What they've recently done in the last couple months, which I think is a really good idea, is to let people have free access for a certain amount of time. So there's basically a freemium access. So you can go on our app. I think I'm showing it on my screen right now, and you can check out your free usages of these tools, right? So smart contract generator, trading assistant, and so on. So you can learn about our pricing here. We have a specific page dedicated to all of the pricing, and you can see you have a free prompts, free daily usages on each one, and then you could find out what each credit refers to, and also a breakdown here. So that's kind of a little bit about our pricing model for articles.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying. And yeah, once again, doing your own research on the website can answer, I believe, all the questions. But still, it's such a pleasure, I believe, to hear some kind of live discussion. And this is the thing that AI still did not substitute us. And okay, moving on to the next thing is AI agent of ChainGPT. So can you tell us how it was treated by X users?
Yeah. So the ChainGPT AI agent is really interesting. Basically, it is a tool that can share with you anything about the crypto market. So they're both on X. You can find them at ChainGPT AI agent and ChainGPT Nova. Nova is our news agent. So I talked before about the Web3 news tool that we have. And I also, so this is kind of like what the Web3 news looks like. It has these very funny AI generated images that it makes. And you can see it gives you these reports on that. And then you can also, I think there's a link here. Yeah. So here's Nova. This is one of our AI agents on X as well. And then we also have, let me see if I can find ChainGPT AI agent. Um, all right, let's stick with this one for now. But yeah, this has basically been received really well. I think it's really fun. So basically, this agent doesn't sleep, it doesn't take a day off of work every single day, every single hour, pretty much. It's sharing news. This is something that I check every day. I think the level of the content is really high and it gives you good, output. So we've heard people telling us that they check this every day and it's just part of their daily routine to keep up to date with crypto.
Yeah, looks awesome, and even the visuals, the images are catching the eye.
I
So
think they're cool. Yeah, they worked on these. I think when they first started, they were kind of lame, but I think now they're kind of unique. They really stick out, so I quite like them.
yeah, looks really high leveled, and also sounds like a dream worker for any employer, like the one who doesn't take day off,
Never
one.
sleeps, just works.
Yeah,
So yeah.
perfect worker. Wow, awesome. So and uh, so we discussed how it was accepted by the users, and one more questions about user experience and stuff. So could you tell us which ChainGPT use cases have been the most popular among users this year?
Yeah, so one thing that's been really popular that sticks out to mind is our NFT generator. And the reason is that we've collaborated with some of the biggest projects in the entire space. So if you go to our NFT generator and you look at our events, you can see that we've worked with projects like Chronos, Trust Wallet, um, you guys might know Carbon Wallet, Ton Station, GT Protocol, Citus Heroes, which by the way is really cool, Baby Doge as well. And we did some other giveaways related to like Pudgy Penguins and things like that. And you can see here on the list here that we've had a huge amount of interest in. I was actually tallying up the number of NFTs that minted. Keep in mind that people can mint collections of 10,000 NFTs at once. Millions of NFTs have been minted this year as a result of these campaigns. So you can see like with Trust Wallet, we had 35,000 people participating. Carbon Browser, similar numbers. So yeah, this has been a real big hit this year, so it's really stood out to me. So yeah, I think people have been really loving this NFT generator and these collabs that we've been doing this year.
Yeah, sounds like right on timing as we receive the news about the new wave of interest towards NFTs. So someone might say there is a revival of NFTs, but still, yeah, like very good technology, right on timing. Awesome. So now a few questions also about ChainGPT AI. So a few more. I mean. So the first one is pretty short. So is ChainGPT's AI fully on-chain or is it hybrid?
Yeah, so it's a hybrid right now, but I can say that the goal is for everything to be executed on the AIVM layer in the future. So that's the plan. Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll be tracking this process. And how does ChainGPT prevent AI model manipulation and malicious exploits?
Yeah, so I think this is an important security consideration. So we do look at the input validation and we use sandbox interactions to prevent like prompt injection. We sort of do behaviors of or audits of our model behavior. So we log and monitor everything. So we've seen people, gaming the system or doing this or that. So we think that it's been really helpful for us to do that. We also have on-chain proof mechanisms coming with AIVM. So outputs are all going to be decentralized. They're going to be traceable. And I think it's going to be a huge leap forward once we have that. Yeah.
Awesome. And of course, for this discussion, we cannot but put at least one question about the adoption. So could you please share some details on enterprise adoption of your solutions?
Yeah, let me show you guys some of our use case and case studies here. So I'll go back to our website here and we can check this out. One really cool one that I'd like to talk about is the Certic integration. So most people know Certic, it's like the Web3 security provider that everybody relies on to do audits. Well, they've recently integrated ChainGPT's LLM. So basically what this means is when you go onto Certic Skynet, you can actually check out examples of ChainGPT's LLM in action. So for example, if you visit some coin and you want to know about security, you're going to get a lot of information from Certic that maybe you won't understand. What our LLM does is it presents an AI generated summary, and you can see here in the corner it's powered by ChainGPT. And this has been a really cool thing to see of actual real world use case of our technology helping people, helping them be more secure, understand information on CertiK, and it's using our custom LLM, right? This isn't a copy of ChatGPT. This isn't a wrapper on top of an existing, LLM. This is our own proprietary LLM. So it was really cool to see CertiK adopt this practice, and we've also had a couple other interesting ones as well. Let me scroll back down. Oh, here we are. We integrated our AI news generator with Binance Square, and of course, as I mentioned before, we also worked with Trust Wallet as well. And we've recently supported Validium with their uh, with a chatbot that has increased a lot of their engagement on social media. So yeah, these are some of the adoptions we've seen, and many more to come. In fact, I was just chatting with our team. We have like 10 plus more of these case studies to share in the coming weeks and months. So we have a lot of work to do, but it's important to share about this enterprise adoption. Yeah.
Wow, really big news, and with so many things going on, the marketing team has a lot of work to do as well.
Busy, very busy, but we like to be busy. It's fun. So
Okay,
yeah.
it's also cool for me to feel a little bit of a contribution to what you guys are doing, like at least reaching our audience, and I believe everyone enjoys it. So we're getting closer to the final part of today's discussion. So a few more questions, of course, left. So they are pretty traditional, but the first one will be with a small addition here. So could you please tell us what are the major trends of AI and blockchain ChainGPT follows and or creates?
Yeah, one that's pretty interesting that I'm gonna talk about today. So this is kind of like a top secret thing that we're working on, but I'll share it with you. So this is gonna be a special thing for your podcast. Is we have an InfoAI tool that we're working on right now. And basically what I mean by that is this a tool where you're gonna be able to I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring up some very secret stuff to show you right now and see if I can get this link up here to show you. Here, let's bring this up on the screen here. So basically, if you've heard about InfoFi, it's all about how do you take information on social media to learn more about projects and find out like what is actually valuable in a project, right? So you can see I showed you guys our AI Hub app before, but this is basically a whole interface and research tool that you guys are going to be able to visit, which is going to do market research for you. It's going to give you AI signals. It's going to give you indicators like the dominance of certain coins, fear and greed index, stable coin supply, sentiment, mind share. If you guys have heard about mind share, it's like this uh, basically like how popular is a project really? Because we know on Web3 there's a lot of fake bots, there's a lot of fake stuff. So you can see here, and by the way, this is just a mock-up, so this is not a final thing. So I'm showing you guys like behind the scenes stuff. Not sure if I'm even supposed to be sharing this, but wanted to let you guys know that this is a trend that we think is really important. InfoFi. How can ChainGPT help you collect all the information about projects in Web3 so that you can, be the best trader or the best developer or things like that? So that's something that we're working on. And then I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to share with you another thing that we're working on that is also top secret. So you get two very special things for your podcast that you can talk about. The other one is called CGPT.fun. So this is extremely top secret, but I want to share this with you guys. This is our AI agent launchpad. So basically you can basically create a meme coin, right? So everybody knows pump.fun. You can create like meme coin, whatever it is, create a meme coin for your dog or whatever. With this tool, you can actually make it into an AI agent. So you can create your meme coin so that it becomes a Telegram bot, a Discord bot, or a Twitter bot as well. So your meme coin can actually have its own brand, its own personality, and act with people online. It's called CGPT.fun. So I can show you this is kind of how it looks. Here's the way you can build it. We have, let me see here, the how you activate your agent, right? So you gotta obviously give it an avatar, give it a name, give it a description, a personality, and then it's gonna behave that way. So we think this is a really exciting thing. Obviously, AI agents are super popular, meme coins are super popular. So what ChainGPT is kind of putting them together and creating a platform for everyone. And And again, this is like super secret. I think we're gonna announce it pretty soon. So hope you're happy because I wanted to share with you
Yeah.
some interesting stuff here that we're working on. So I this is probably the most thing I've ever been excited about working at ChainGPT. So you know.
Wow, that's just awesome. Thanks for dropping this big news, and you managed to steal my eye contact with the audience through the camera because I was staring at my screen the entire time. So, wow, let's see how we can arrange this episode right on timing. So we'll speak about it. And yeah, once again, thanks for sharing. That's kind of things I always expect from our guests, but it doesn't happen so frequently. Well, thanks. Just awesome. And at this awesome point, we have reached the final part of our podcast. So time for an open question, a chance to address to the audience. If you have some piece of advice or some call to action, whatever you find useful for our audience to hear right now, so please go ahead.
Yeah, the number one thing I would say, first of all, like thank you so much for having me. It's been a fun chat today. I think you're a really good host, so I really like your show. I'll be checking out other episodes in addition to watching my own episode when it comes out. But yeah, I guess if I was to give any advice to people, it would just be to really focus on upskilling yourself with AI tools. You should be using ChatGPT every single day. You should be using Grok. You should be using Claude every single day. Practice with how you can use these to be better at what you do. I truly believe that um, every single person, whether you're an artist, a writer, a developer, I think even if you're like a plumber or an electrician, there's some way that you could use AI to learn more about what you're passionate about and become someone that is really reliable with prompting. I was just in another call talking to people about how prompt craft is so important. Really understand how to write good prompts. This is the most important thing, whether you use it with ChainGPT, ChatGPT, I said Grok, or whatever. Because in the future, when you have job interviews, when you're founding a company, people aren't going to be asking you, questions about what you can do. They're going to be asking you questions about how you can use AI to be 10 times the person that you are today. So that would be my advice to every single person. If you haven't used AI, if it's something that you're not really comfortable with, get comfortable with it. Do 20 prompts a day, learn how to use it because it's going to be the most important ally for you in the future. Because we've all heard about how people are going to lose their jobs, right? Because of AI. I think people who keep their jobs are going to be people that make AI their ally, not their enemy. So that's the main thing I would say. And then, of course, getting back to ChainGPT, just do me a favor, check out our website, chaingpt.org, check out our tools, app.chaingpt.org, and of course, follow us on socials at chain_GPT. And like I said, there's going to be some amazing announcements coming soon from cgpt.fund. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be really exciting. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. A great ending and very encouraging and positive. So, you see, guys, although AI is here to make our life easier and better, still it will not just do everything for you. You even need to do practice here, as in everything you do in your real life. And here, one more thing to mention: I have some plumbers and some engineers in my among my friends, and they all use AI for their everyday routine. Like uh,
Yeah.
it's a really like massive immediate thing.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for for bringing this bright future here. And actually, nothing to add besides just guys stay tuned, follow Chris, follow ChainGPT, and more. A lot of big things are coming, and thanks for watching till the end. So thank you, Chris.
Thank you guys. Have a great day. See you soon. Thank you so much.